Oh, is that? Well, you don't need to be embarrassed. This is perfect. They're honoring you. Okay, we got every. All right, everybody. This is Joseph, our carpenter. You will see, folks, that we think the tools of carpentry haven't changed a whole lot in 2,000 years. You'll notice that he's using a chisel with a mallet or a wood hammer. You may ask, why is he using a wood hammer instead of a metal hammer? In case you didn't know, if you use metal on wood, you will break the handle in very short order. If you use wood on wood, you're good for months and months, maybe even a year or so. Okay, we have the plane. Joel? This is obviously not an aeroplane. We have two black volcanic stones, basalt, right? The rough stone he uses for... That's right, sanding. The smooth stone is very cool. We rub our cheeks with it to make them nice and shiny. No. He sharpens his tools with it. We have various chisels of various sizes and shapes for different jobs. This is a cool tool. The adze is an axe plus a hammer, a multi-tool. It actually has a third special use. We have one more tool we want to show you. This one, we want you to guess what it does. What is this thing?
It's a drill.
Very good. This is called a bow drill, since it has a bow and it's a drill. This is the original cordless drill, or corded, depending on how you look at it. You've probably heard of Makita, Bosch, Black & Decker, DeWalt. No. This is the original model. Joseph and Son! Yay! Now, the word in the New Testament that tells it what Joseph and Jesus did is the word tekton in Greek. For example, today we have the word architect, or you may have heard of tectonic plates. Yes. Tekton, we believe, is better to translate builder rather than merely carpenter. We certainly are pretty certain they did much more than just make furniture. They had all kinds of things made from wood, but also, as you notice, we have beams for support, structure for the roof from wood. We've got ladders, doors, etc., lots of stuff from wood. But we think they may have also worked with the stone. Cutting, shaping, and building with stone, and therefore in the corner behind you we have large stone cutting tools. Okay, you'll notice they got much larger and heavier heads, long handles for cutting, shaping, and building with stone. Now, even if we're wrong and they just worked with wood, this is, of course, well before electricity was invented. This is also not so simple work, okay? And it's hard work. So, if we've seen pictures or movies of a weak, scrawny-looking Jesus, this is probably not right. Now, he probably wasn't gifted like I am on Sideways, but he's probably pretty strong from all those years of working hard with his daddy. Thanks, Joe. Everybody, let's give Joe a round of applause, please. All righty. Questions?
What's that thing for?
That's what I showed you before. It's the bottom side of a threshing board with the holes. Now there would be stones stuck into the holes to add the friction, and cutting power to the cutting of the wheat up. Okay.
Would this have been the house and this the workshop sort of in the house?
Yes. Well, we think that houses are pretty simple affairs, so this probably would be multi-purpose. It both serves as workshop and also as a living space. You'll notice that we've got a half roof, so we've got protection from the sun and the rain, but we also have ventilation, okay, and also light, of course, can come in. We also have in certain parts of the buildings, we've got windows. They're far up and they're narrow to the outside, okay. This prevents people from coming in. With their far up, it also gives you privacy. People can't look in. Okay. Also, it lets the hot air out. Okay, hot It's much hotter here than colder, although it does get cold for about 2-3 months. Okay, so that's the deal. You'll see the windows in some others. In this room, just happen to not have the windows. Okay, we actually have layers above the reeds. They may have used wood sticks as well rather than reeds. So the wood is support structure, then the reeds, and on top of them we have layers of earth. Actually, 3 layers. We've got earth with water, mud, mixed with lime, ash, and straw, limestone actually. And this mixture is flattened with a stone roller and dried in the sun. We have a layer of earth with a little bit of lime to prevent plants from growing in it, another layer of that mud mixture. So the resultant roof structure is about 5 to 15 inches because we have to build a slope into it so the water washes off the roof. The nice thing about limestone is that it's water resistant, and so it helps to facilitate the draining off of the roof. Now with this kind of roof, we can understand when, we have 4 men coming to Jesus in Capernaum with their paralytic friend. They can't get through the door, the house is so full of people, it says they lower the men through the roof. Well, this kind of roof, you can do it, right? You can dig through the earth-based materials with a stone or a hard stick, break the reeds or the sticks, and then lower the man between the beams. Okay, you know now it's possible. Of course, this made a horrible mess below. Can you imagine the house? The house is full of people, right? And the owner must be thinking, what? They probably had to come back and fix the roof or pay for someone to fix it. But it's interesting. It says in the passage, if you read carefully, Jesus saw their faith. Interesting. And then he says to the man, my son, your sins are forgiven. Okay, well, there's a really cool and all kinds of interesting thing going on there, okay? But I think that's pretty neat that Jesus saw their faith. You see the trouble that they went through and what they'd had to do probably afterwards. And so, once again, this whole thing about faith, right? Jesus comes back to Nazareth in Mark chapter 6, and they had no faith. So the Son of God can practically heal nobody except a couple of people who he lays his hands on them. In other places, he was healing people left and right by the hundreds. In Nazareth, he can do almost nothing because they had no faith. Everybody just thought, he's just the carpenter's son. Whacked. How much depends on our faith? It says the eyes of the Lord are wandering through the earth, looking for people who are looking for him. This is not in the New Testament, incidentally. All right, thanks, Joe. Okay, we're going to go upstairs. We're going to save a little bit of time. I'm going to split you in half. I got my trusty, Moses rod. No, never mind. Okay, these folks take a left up the stairs and another left into the house, not above it. And these folks take a hard right and up the stairs. Watch your head at the top of the stairs. If you dislike stairs, the outer stairs are easier. The outer stairs are easier. Okay? Watch your head at the top of the stairs, and the last few steps inside are extra big. Please be careful and don't knock your noggin, please. It'll hurt. Thank you. The iron. Oh, there was iron.